I didn't get it set up here. Jason, what's up, brother? How you doing? Just trying to get the camera angle set up here. I was going to try to get the laptop and all in at one shot, but I don't think we're going to do that tonight. I will, but I'll have to redo everything on that part. I think that'll work right there. So what I'm going to do tonight is put the flight controller into this monster and bring it to life. I went in and did some configuring on it already, but I'll still run through it. That way, if you guys ever want to get into it, it'll show you guys what, you know, the steps and all involved with it. Crystal is going to be monitoring chat for me because it's hard, you know, to be turned around here and doing it. Make sure I get a plug for this camera and everything. Ryan, what's up, brother? Hey, I would send a link, Ryan, but as you can see, I'm just looking down here at the table, so. John C., welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Case on the outside of that. I always just my cameras always just use a regular whatever kind of end I got, because a lot of them have like I'll show you one of them. Like here, as you can see, that's a pretty good size plug there, but that has multiple stuff that it does. I'm just interested in the video to ground and the bolts. So I'll pop this little guy in there and that's what'll wire it up. We would have some eyeballs on the drone. Gotta have your eyeballs. Without the eyeballs, we won't be able to see. Then we run into ourselves and everything else, but you can see it just fits right in there. And they're usually like off of receivers or something. But it's going to be a pretty cool looking drone, I think. You guys can see, you know what that is. Reaper X FPV, Jeremy. Check him out. Good brother of mine. Got UFDA crew, got Axiomatic up in here. So yep, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. That's all said and done. And I've done some standoffs in here, 3D printed them, because I have the metal hardware in this one. Tired of breaking the plastic ones, and I break them every time I crash. I got one now I gotta take apart. What's up? Good night. Around the lobby is lit. Awesome. JL Multi-Rotors, what's up, brother? Why are you not blue? You're now. Jim Sinister, what's up? Greg in the house. Let me show Greg. Greggy. And I got blue order. It'll be here in a couple days, so I will, if it's okay, print the blue one. Wait till that gets here. Print and send both of them to you. Would it come out beautiful? That's why I love the TPU. I mean, you just cannot hurt that thing. Well, unless you hit a limb and lose it. Greg's like, yeah. Who else we got here? We got Night Train. What's up? What am I missing? Plummet, Drone Light, Chris, how you doing? Thomas, what's up? I was thinking that, Thomas, when I do those session mounts, you really can see that, how smooth it is. You're welcome, Greg. Thank you, brother. I owe Greg that because if you guys remember, Greg redid his Dark Max, and he saw where my son had the Dark Max, so he's like, well, I'll just send you the frame and all that. And I mean, literally, there's like almost everything for the frame in there, but all the frame's all there. It's just a couple pieces, like standoff or something like that missing. That's it. what you used on his other bill. Hey, when you break a frame, and that Dark Max frame is not cheap. That's cool. But yes, sir. Thank you. Trying to see who I might miss here. Don't miss nobody. Mike, I was seeing on Jim's drone there, you having a lot of troubles. You ever get that situated? Figure out what it was? I hate when little things like that bug you to death. Something simple. I hear you, Thomas. Hey, Thomas, thank you for putting that out there, man, about those unique goggles. Guys, check out Amazon.com, the unique Skyview goggles. They are, I talked to TDR today, Brian, OG, you guys know him. Everyone knows Brian's word, right? He said his Best Buy had them for $200. They're literally on Amazon for 40 bucks. They're the same ones that Cap has with his unique Typhoon H. So they're really, really, really worth it for that. Thomas sent me a thing this morning asking me about them. I just went ahead and bought a pair. I was like, man, they're Thomas like, I'm going to get mine there for you buy them all. Thank you, brother. That's awesome. Need to fix the video issue and it should be good. Awesome, Mike. Yeah, Ryan, you are right. The little bind buttons. Talking about that, if you look right on this one, where's the focus there? You see the gold right here, the gold button, and then there's a little button next to it. That also was a button. And as you can see, it's no more because I ripped it off. On the standoffs, you got to watch these standoffs. A lot of your flight controllers and stuff, if they got like lights on the corner or whatnot, and even if it has like your any of your components on there, like your MOSFETs or anything, if they're on the corners, like this one was close, so when I tightened down, just an O-ring was on here. So when I tightened it down, it just pushed against the housing of this and just knocked it off. It still works. That's just a more easier button, but I don't use that anyway. I've done flash disk to beta 3.5.2, and I did it through Impulse. So I always go to Impulse if I can get through that way with it instead of pressing and holding crazy buttons. Okay, Crystal's here. Axiomatic, welcome. Let me drop a few things on the table here. Thank you, brother, for them stickers. They're nice. I think I saw it right. TDR, what's up, Brian? You're welcome. So Crystal's going to work on chat, and I'm going to get to it. We're going to solder in a flight controller. So anybody ask anything, please let me know. It's time to do some nice, teeny, tiny work.
Lewis, hey babe.
Baduga, Lewis. And on these flight controllers, so this is an Omnibus F3. This is the Flip 32 version, if you guys remember Flip. So this is the good one. This is the one Project Blue Falcon JC is always talking good about. This and the F4 ones he talks about. But the other ones I had through Airbot was this one here. And they look identical, but they're F4s, and they're a blue board. But as you can see, very similar. And but these here, it's something. I think it's just something with the power supply on it. And if you look right here, it says current sensor. Well, that's why if you look on here, none of this is marked. because they mismarked it. So when you go to flip it over, and yep, that wasn't the current sensor. Here's where it should have been powered, positive and negative. So I think I may have stumbled across what made these not work. It could have very well been me, but I don't think on the other one I got to that point of soldering. So, but anyway, that's why they don't mark these, I think. But if you watch JC Project Blue Falcon, guy's incredible. I mean, still helping us out today, you know. He shows you. So I will be going into here. So this is my positive and that's my negative. So we'll go ahead and tin it up. Bradley, Silver Top Flyer, welcome. Yes, Michael's in here, yep. JL, yes. I think everybody else got. And this has flux in it, so I don't use no flux. So let's get this one. And this one. All right. I always like to turn over and make sure it went through and get a nice bead on both sides, because no one wants no cold solder joints. So that is, I'm just going to run VBAT to there. I'm not going to worry about none of this down here. You can jump it from, this is like your, what do they call it? The ROM pin or whatever you call it. But anyway, that jump from there. So you go to here for 5 volts, bridge across, or a VBAT it there. You can just run straight VBAT into that. No need for all that. So now on this side, let's just show you if I did that. At the top here, we have.
Mars said you needed a bigger peg.
So we have, this is where our receiver is going to be hooked into. I hope I'm in frame and all this. Yeah, okay. So this is where the receiver and all will hook to, and that's our signal, our positive and our negative. Huh? That's all in here. Plummet, what's up, brother? I'm not sure he was in here. So this is the receiver, JNC.
ASAP.
Oh, ASAP. What's up, brother? How you doing? But yes, this is the receiver. So signal, positive and negative. I'm almost sure on that also. I'll double check before I solder it. But anyway, after that we have. I hate these glasses right now. They're like in my face. I can't find my other ones. Oh, there are my other ones. Right. These ones like are blurry. These here, unless you're like soldering down on something, they're just a touch blurry for me. I like be looking at something. But you have to have glasses with this stuff. Trust me. If not, you will get in trouble. Solder something you don't want to solder, and yeah. Which as long as you don't put no power to it, you can pretty much fix everything you mess up in the beginning.
Adam said, "Oh yeah, I'm here."
So this is what we'll use for our receiver. Use that wire and then connect the other ends to here, and that connect those. And then I'm gonna run an LED on this, and this is a Tiny's LEDs, bright orange. I'm just gonna run that right off of the power coming in, and then it's got that piece that goes across here. So I'm thinking on doing like a LED like that, because when me and my son get over there chasing each other, it's better to have like a LED on the back side for one can see. It's hard for him to see me. I see his Dark Max. He's got the Larson, like the Knight Rider thing. It's okay. So then there, after that, we're going to do our channels, and that is what talks to the drone. So holding it like this is channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, and channel 4. And I have all my motor heads going straight in, so I will go through BL Heli. So it may be tomorrow when I get it flying. I'm going to do this a different route instead of just normally just switching. I can just switch them 2 around and make them 2 spin perfect. So they might spin up right, they might not, but I doubt they will. But on the flight controller, here's our number 1 channel, 2, 3, and 4. And then up here, I'll run my camera signal in and my VTX on this one. And then I'll run the power to the PDB because this has a nice filter PDB. Thanks to that night train, Mike. It might stay in this one, Mike. Everything else I put in, I usually take it back out because I don't keep the drone together. End up stealing the parts off of it. So, all right, let's tin this up. You always want to tin everything up. It helps the wires because if you try to just solder straight to them, you'll never get it to work. You will eventually, but you'll end up putting too much heat on that board. And on the flight controller, you just move along. Don't, don't hang up. Because if you sit there too long, you'll burn that little ring off of there, your little pad, and then you're in trouble. So I just go down them real quick, and then I'll run back. That way I don't put too much heat to it.
Oh, Lord.
What?
Baduga baby, I just read that comment. Baduga said somebody took offense to his comment in your mail call.
Really?
Yeah. You know who the someone is?
Probably John or somebody.
No. Travis. He thought, wait.
Oh.
No.
No worries.
Baduga wrote LMAO. Well, this poor kid has some issues. And he read that you wrote that Chris was a lame-o. L-A-M-O.
Well, he's right about that too.
So he took offense and said that you would give people the shirt off of your back.
Well, yeah, normally.
Baduga, honey, you kind of have to disregard this poor
So I'd
little
roll
kid.
it over. Yeah, he
has all good intentions.
He's my neighborhood thug.
Apparently, he commented on your video. He just broke his foot, so now he's on crutches.
Well, he was going around here the other day, riding a skateboard, dribbling a basketball. So,
oh God,
that could have probably led to that. And I always just do that. Like I said, if you notice, like these two, it puddles through. Sometimes you don't keep the same amount of heat on, so it does that. So then you have to go back. I always go back and just push it down.
Mars said, "Yeah, lame-o, Chris, laugh my ass off." Tell him, Mars. Get him.
That's just the way it is.
Get him, Mars. He is lame, isn't he?
That's why I said he was right about that anyway. And if you can see on here, the flux, if you notice, it gets all down in there. So I also have a way of getting that out. That's called alcohol. Just brush it across there when you're done. I usually do the whole board once I'm finished, because you will plug it in at times and watch little sparklies. And I just use like a little brush, just brush around, and then a little bit of air. All right, so let's see where we're at now.
I know, right, Baduga? He's even eating in mail calls now. God help.
Right? Wasn't that nice of Mr. Crowley sent me a sliced pizza like that? That was awesome.
Adam like said, that. Chris, when you pulled that pizza out of that box, I about died.
Well, a few of y'all would know what that was about, but there's nothing.
Mr. Crowley totally was in on it and knows about it. So.
Oh yeah. Sean's all on that. Let's just say not everything can be shown in mail calls, I guess, so to speak. So I think I'm good with this now. I'm thinking. So, all right, we're good there. So now that side, we'll clip that in there.
Bradley said, I noticed people have the front motors turning to the inside if they turn the opposite. way. So if they went in the weeds, it would push them away instead of pulling it into the quad.
Yes, Bradley, exactly right. So what happens is, I'll show you with one with props. It makes it much easier for you. Here. So the props on here spin inward. So dirt, grass, whatever, and it happens. It's this guy here, and I'll show you. You can even see. Okay, the camera lens has been white, but you can see she's starting to have a little bit of night train on her. A little bit of crust building up there, some dirt. I'm trying to let a couple of them get dirty, Mike. I set my goal of not cleaning them. See if I can get as dirty as yours, maybe. But you can see this one does the same thing this way, and it throws everything to the camera. So that is a true story of it does keep the stuff out of your camera, and if you go into the weeds or bushes, it will prevent you. Sometimes it will kick you away. So this guy, if you noticed, you might not notice this. I forgot to show that. And here, these props are slanted down. As if you look at yours, they probably are. Most are slanted down. Hubson's about the only ones that are backwards on just your regular drones that I found. But these are slanted down, so that you know they cut this way. And if you notice, these are tilted inward because these spin out this way. And as you can see, my camera lens is clean. You don't see no debris all in here and all that. And that's what it does. So then when you hit like you go into like a bush or something, you're spinning this way, it'll kind of hit you and throw you around like this. And you got a lot of times you can correct and get out of it. I hit a tree today, a bush, and it tried to wrap me up in it. And because of my props, it's exactly what it does. When you hit something, it just cartwheels you away from it. Okay, you hit on this prop, it'll cartwheel you away from it. So yeah, it does work. I just don't like it unless you have the proper nuts. Huh?
Say hi. Backwoods Billy.
Backwoods Billy, what's up, brother?
Lewis LP.
Lewis LP, welcome.
Alvin.
Alvin!
Adam said, Chris, I tried 50-51 cyclone props yesterday. They are lipo killers, but so fast.
50-51.
J&C Fishing Channel.
Were they the ones, J&C, what's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome. Oh, the 50-51s, were they the Sean Taylor ones, the dollar ones? I don't think they can't be, because they didn't seem like much battery eaters.
Oh,
yep,
excuse
okay.
me. And Bob Biker.
Bob Biker, what's up, brother? So they were
He said, yep, the 99-cent ones.
Dang, so you found them to eat? Dang. They don't I guess on the Max they did. On 3S we didn't really see much of a difference. Actually, we saw a little bit of lack in power on 3S, on the punch, but yeah, I would probably say we didn't see no difference in battery time, but we did see a difference when you roll and come out of it. She would shake just a touch, but when he actually power looped from that, smacked the ground once because he didn't get back in it fast enough, and it was like it didn't compensate and get stuff back up onto it. But
Alvin said he flew the Focus 3 yesterday, and it was glorious.
Pop that cherry.
He said, I really tilted that camera and let it go, though.
I saw your videos, dude. I told you that new beta. When I say 3.5, like, because I'll say on the SP Racing, Derek, welcome, brother. On the SP Racing and all, I'll say, beta 3.5, but you can only put, so far onto it. But that's what I mean. The 3.5.2, dude, that thing is nice. You didn't get that email, Bob? That's weird. I did send it too. Hey,
sure
Crystal
you didn't send it to yourself?
No, I literally, because I couldn't send the maps, I literally sent the free rider recharge though. But it was weird. This time when I went in there, it wasn't in my folder the way it was. I think I gotta open it up, and then when I open it up, remember where it says that's exactly what it is. Bob, never mind. I did send it wrong way. I sent it the same way I sent it to Alvin like 3 times, and then the cat. That's what it is. I know how to do it now. Never mind. I got to go in like I purchased it, click it, and then copy the file, and then put it in, insert it into an email. Have brain fart. My bad. I get it to you though. We can stop playing that old junky airplane one, man. Now you're killing it with that airplane though. I think it's the RC smoothing on it, to be honest with you, Adam. All right, so where are we at? Oh yeah, we're building. All right, so I'm gonna solder this to this. I think this will power pretty good through a 3S. Tiny, his LEDs can take some power. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe might not be able to see much of it on 3S. Let's stick in the right wires the right way. If not, you know what that means. What do you guys think? Think that's bright? Really not that bright, is it? But anyway, well, never mind. I'm gonna run 4S on this rig anyway, so we're gonna be good. All right, positive to the negative. You like that, don't you? You put that positive to that negative. Actually, the tinies won't. See, now I got to crank up the heat because I'm on this guy. Actually, the tinies won't burn out, but most others will. Shannon, welcome. Because if you guys remember, Tiny had a thing back then where they mislabeled the boards at one time. It had where the things were backwards. There we go. Nice tight joint. I always do my the XTs, like the power, always like put solder on them, so these require quite a bit to warm up. All right, and we'll go back and put some on there. There you go. It's just the LED, so it's that's on that away. I'm gonna run my power wires straight into it. Let's hope it does have a no, it does. I should still go off the board, maybe. It is filtered too. Power, I don't think it matters too much. Anyway, let's see. The other day I continuity tested it, so we should be good to do this. Yep. She's working motors. Twerking it. Mars, she's twerking it. Alright, so now these are all my extras. I'm gonna use this to power it. Michael McReynolds. Welcome, brother. We're soldering a flight controller in, guys. If no one knows what this is, or who don't know this is, I guess I'll show side. They're saying, what the heck is he doing? Acro just went down the hallway pretty fast. And he just went back down the hallway pretty fast.
Oh, I got like a 5-minute video that I can barely keep up with it.
Right, here we go with that. This is RC, welcome. And we'll use the yellow. Mellow yellow. Dan's journey built mellow yellow. The only thing I don't like about these PDBs is how you gotta, I don't know, the wires that they put on there. They literally like don't give you much room on these, but they work. There we go. Let me crank that back down because I don't want to be touching the flight controller with that much power. So we get that out of there because that's just going to come around for the piece. This is going to go to the flight controller. What? Yeah, Droner Jones is the first one here. Jason.
Not this guy again.
Not this guy again? But if you guys never built, get you a soldering station, get you a kit, and build her. It's fun. When you take all the components and make it all,
Sorry, I was
together.
late, General Jones.
Austin Mark did a good video. Yeah, OBS, a lot of people are really getting into that. I know at one point it was really hard to work with on YouTube. They bumped heads so much or something. All right, our next step. What we do next? What we do next, Bradley? Why you gonna ask me, man? All right, so let me think up here. I think we're playing. Cause I got this VTX I'm gonna use for now. You see, it's been well through the mud and back. Because I was told if you put I'm thinking on a different way of wiring it, because I was told if you put your camera and your VTX ground and all together, it makes a different. Which this one's got the VTX on there. I should probably run it through here. Come on, man, I'm waiting on you. Tell me, man.
He said, I don't know.
All right, so we'll actually we'll just if I have to tear it back apart to do the FPV, that's fine. All right, so that part, let's do the flight controller. He said, I'm just gonna throw something out there. That's cool. All right, let's tin up these signal wires. And then we'll get them soldered onto the channel. I always tap my soldering gun. I don't always like to have solder blobbing all over. But you gotta watch doing that because it will splatter across your board and all. I shouldn't even have my board that close, to be honest. Let's put that over there. I usually get that out of the way. Because I'll show you on this, right? I'll show you across the tip here. So let's put some solder on this guy. And I'm just gonna let it blob right on that board and show you. It almost fell off. Oh. All right, so you see how it blobbed across there? So I've seen like some people, they would try to put heat back to that, and that's terrible. That will cause you all kind of issues because you can just let it dry just a little bit and then go at it and just pick it off. Maybe not this, I'll let a big spool blob on there. But I want to show this flight controller who the boss was. So let's see if we can still get it off. It still come off. Now let's put it back on there and act like it's stuck there. And let's go. Okay, we'll pull the solder sucker out. We'll heat this bad boy up. As soon as you heat that joker up, of course it's gonna stick. But look, you see? So now it's all down on the pins in there and stuff. At that point, don't trash. I mean, unless you're really good at flowing stuff and taking that all off, don't. Yeah. But that was an old one anyway, so I got 2 of those that just failed. Yeah, you are watching chat. If you say something in chat and I don't get it, blame Crystal. She's the moderator tonight. What? I hear you, Shannon. Never know, you might get sliced pizza in the mail. Ain't that something?
Oh, did you see earlier when Brian said that you're voting him is wrong?
Yeah. I'd like to see Brian get an FPV in the racetrack. That'd be cool. Maybe had to rip around that part. And then Brian, you would show those birds who the boss was for real. Those chicken buzzards. They don't play too much with race drones. They kind of get out of dodge. And see, on my soldering gun, I always run a little hotter anyway. But if you can run hotter, just you have to be careful, because if you're like, but I am a noob, don't get me wrong. But if you're new at this, then that starts to mess things up on you, because you hold a lot of people. What I've seen on people first getting in the soldering is they put too much heat on it, hold it, and then it literally will burn this off. Let's see if we can do it on that old one. Let me show you. So the first thing they do is crank their soldering gun wide open. Let's try to find a pad we can burn off of here. You guys gonna see good. We'll just do one of these. So you literally will just hold this on here. See how much heat we can generate.
Train said, always remember, in and out as best as you can.
Right, exactly, Mike. But to be honest with you, you know what? I don't even think you might be able. I'm sure you could burn these off, but to be honest with you, these versus the ones that are on that DYS board that I have. See, that's what happened. The DYS is all-in-one, so it's got your ESC signal wires here and here, and then your positive and negative. If it was the power wire, it wouldn't have mattered. I could jump from one to another, but it was a signal wire. I still could go in and take like let me see. This one has LEDs on it. Yeah, so this one you hook your LED to, right? So you could go in and rechannel a signal off of that. So yeah, but if you noticed how these are down in there, if you see the core from the bottom and then from the top there, see, it would take a lot to probably burn one of these off, but we'll see. I just don't think you're gonna be able to because of the way they're built. But then again, you know, with this gun, you probably one of them plug-in jobs you would just to, you know what I mean, not the soldering station. But different ways on the boards, that's what you got to watch for, because you'll literally screw yourself majorly. All right, so this board goes like this. This is how it's going to be orientated, and that is the front.
I'm with you, Axiomatic. He said, I don't use solder, just a lot of duct tape.
Well, Axio, I got duct tape, hot glue, and all that, but unfortunately, I've literally seen someone build one of these, put this together, and not take the time to really tighten the standoffs down, and then I saw him go up in the air, and this guy came loose. So, like this. Y'all can see that flight board in there. It's loose. You see? I just pushed the flight board right out of it. So when I crashed this that day, if I wouldn't have saw that, that's the first thing I checked though because of that reason. I might just knock the JST connector off that board, but it doesn't matter. If I wouldn't have saw that day and put this drone in the air like that, this drone would have took off and then just did like a kamikaze. When that flight controller gets, so you gotta have your duct tape might not help you on this part. You might need the really good stuff, maybe Gorilla tape or something. All right, so you know me talking on here, I'll end up putting something on here backwards. It just happens that way. I was gonna go in through the bottom.
Bob said I used the legs and the pair of dishes for this park today. They both work awesome.
Who said that? Awesome, brother. All right, so let me think. What I want to do? I'll just go to the top, make it easier. I'll do the. Let me see. Well, power off of that side. That'll work anyway. Usually I do it all underneath and flip it all upside down, but I don't need to make it more difficult than it is. And you can see here's one of them standoffs right here. So this is what happens when your drone decides to take a shit on asphalt. But I noticed a couple of things that went wrong that day. Number one, my goggles, they turn to zoom. And from the car ride, I think they had zoomed their way back because the screen on the front was loose. So when it's tight forward, that's when I can see the best in it. That's really the minimum. And that, and then I think that stick, just this stick being sloppy in the middle. See, now it's not sloppy. But I got to share anyway, too. It reminds me of this. Check out what I put on this thing today, guys.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Why is my screen look like that? It's going to say this when I turn on the SD card, off the SD card.
Yeah, I didn't know you did.
All right, so here's what I installed on it today.
Quietly step back from the pilot and live to see another day. I didn't know you did.
That's pretty cool. That's weird. When I first turned it on, my screen just had lines on it. JD, what's up, brother? So whenever I'm flying, I see people walk up on me. That's what I'm gonna click. Yeah. All right. So let me look at my notes real quick on that. Always double check myself. So I always tell you, be your worst critic. On check-in before you. I've wired them up before, but I still double check, triple check, 800 check. Shoot. Yep. See this diagram you can go off of, even off that 4 that I told you. This one it's turd, but you can still go off of this because they're identical. So. Because like I said, when you flip it over, you can see right here, you see 1, 2, 3, right? If you can see how shaded that is on there. But then, so this is the back of the board. So then if you look down, 1, 2, 3, 4, it tells you current and ground. You see that? That right there is what throws people off. It's literally a mismark, from what they say. So, let's do it.
Adam said, Chris, flick the switch again. Make it talk. Smiley face, wink. Laugh out loud.
I will.
Welcome to OpenTX.
I got all kind of stuff on mine. I just sit there and program. I want to find the one that says, shit's about to get real.
Yeah, I didn't know you did. Your food.
I flicked that today because I crashed. I went to go underneath a picnic table. I thought that was my turtle mode though, but I guess it's not. Yeah. Crystal's favorite.
User error. Please replace user and try again. Acro. Quietly step back from the pilot and live to see another day.
That's cool. You gotta admit that. And outside, this stuff is loud. You think it's loud in here? It's louder outside.
Turn your toy off.
That freaking thing's got bullhorn on it. All right. Here we
Yes,
go.
Bradley. Amber.
Amber, baby.
Axiomatic said that radio sounds hot.
Doesn't she? Make you want to take her out in the field and fly. Alright. Well, I guess if I'm going to do the top of it, we'll just put a couple screws
He
on
said I'd take that radio out to dinner, and maybe one thing lead to another.
them. I hear you.
Eric said I thought that was Crystal talking. No, Eric.
I told Crystal, she said, you're not putting that biatch on your radio. I said, well, then you'll have to replace her. She can't do Amber's job. Amber's good at what she does. Tell her, guys.
I like Night Train. She sounds like all the other radios. She's been around.
Hey, Mike, talk nice about Amber here. No bad mouthing Amber on this channel, pal. Hey, I had Harry on that thing, dude. That guy's like, flaps down. He scared shit at me when I first pushed that button. I'm like, holy crap, who was that? All right, so now you know what I gotta find here. The tweezers. Guess what? I don't know where they're at. We might just be winging it with the fingertips. Yeah, we'll just fingertip it tonight. Why not? Fat fingers. Fat fingers. There you go. I don't know. Wait, I hate the camera doesn't get down low enough on this. And who knows? Never know. Might do this, plug it in, might see smoke.
Oh. Night Train said I have her too, Chris. Just saying.
I know. Heath. RC Hunter, welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, guys. So which one was motor one? Did I tell you guys earlier? Come on now. I'm gonna rely on you guys. This is number one, right? Which one did I say was one? I know you're gonna know Night Train and Plummet, probably. And I think who else in there is gonna know. We don't want me to wire it up wrong, right? And another trick, if you guys don't know, for your you know how your the silicone wire, when you twist it, it'll pop back apart.
Apparently, a lot of guys share her, Jason.
You just a little bit of heat without damaging the wire, it'll stay twisted. Braid it. Sorry, did they say which one was one? Great, do it.
He just came in. He said top left, left out loud. Mr. Bradley said no, the other one.
Well, damn. Which one is it, guys?
Night Train said one is bottom right as I'm looking at the screen.
I told you that joke right now. I'm sorry that you guys can't see this, but I promise you I'm doing a good job.
Bob said I have no clue. My brownies are kicking in.
It's crazy, brownies.
He said buy his pinky.
Buy his pinky, okay?
Yeah, well, that's not your pinky.
Well, just to let you guys know, 1, I'm looking at it backwards, I can tell you. 2, 3, 6.
Oh, hell.
I didn't say I could count. I just said I could tell you. And then...
Night Train said that one's 2.
Damn, Mike, I was going to wire this up on 4. Hey, we all been there before with that, though, right?
He said, Chris, you like my rat truck?
Dude, that is nice, Heath. Nice. You know I can hit all the freaking things on those inside ones, but when it comes to these grounds, it's always the ground that doesn't want to go in the hole. Like, I try to make everything perfect to fit in that hole. And the bastards won't work.
Night Train said, I can't talk. Pt3 said you can
A little bit more heat.
just resource the motors in the CLI tab.
I know, Mike, right? CLI. Change shit around. Alright. So that's 1 and 2.
He said fat fish fingers first.
I know, Heath, right? These old fat fingers of mine. I got a pair of tweezers around here. I probably went pee and used them. Never bring them back. They're right here somewhere. You know, the funny part is I got a couple pairs. I probably put them in my box. Just in case I had some mishaps when I was flying. Not that I crashed or anything. I don't crash. The drone does. Does, right? Might be with our help, but still the drone crashes. Get out of there.
Replace operator.
See that? I set that signal one right down on her every time. It drops right in the hole. Not this one. The grounds are ignorant. But you can pick the drone up from the ground, so it's solid. And disclaimer, my mat is smaller than everyone else's. Had to put that out there for Nay, just in case he stops by. Y'all got any bets working anything right now? This thing been working out? This thing been working out? Okay. Now to get this thing in position to get my fat fingers in there. Because I don't like burning other wires or burning things on the board. So yeah, drop that right in. It's like it's got an eye. It goes right in itself.
Have you seen Acros in by lately?
No, I would probably go check on him at this point.
Y'all behave for a few minutes.
All right. You got everything clear? Yeah, Mike, I do. I heard you on gyms when you were doing yours. So there you go. So now we've got our flight board powered. It should be. Everything should go good. We'll continuity test it anyway. But if I powered it up and this thing smoked, it wouldn't surprise me because I've had a ugly run-in with Omnibus. But anyway, make sure all our stuff's good. Look good. Everything looks good. Looking good. So, see what we got there. Power looking good. And that is the VBAT. That is the third pin down from the top. Ground is outside, and that is 5 volts on the inside. And yeah, we should be good. This has a, what is it? Power supply built in when you can hook your straight to it. Because a current sensor, you'd have to put a current sensor on it to do all the other fancy things. So let's give it a continuity, and then we'll see what happens. We might see smoke. Anybody wishing for smoke? Let's see what we got here. So we hear that. We're fucked, as Heath would say.
She's been out there digging in my pocketbook again.
I don't have nothing, so that's good. Good. Okay. To me, like I said, I'll say it again. That's the best way to do it. Don't get caught up in their things. What is the next step before we plug in? We said we got to do. Yep. Alcohol. Let's put some alcohol over here. Dip your brush in there, and just like you're painting, get it all down in there. I get it under here, And the good thing about this power distribution board is that it's, and I should have already did this because I've unplugged this in right, but we'll do this anyway. And I'll go back and see formal everything too. So, and I'll give it a blow job. Can do this with your mouth if you don't have an air can. See, and that looks all ugly. It's all nice and shiny. But anyway, it's always good.
Say hi to RC Fund.
John! See?
He in here trying to tell jokes with no in-house moderator.
Oh, is he?
Bradley wants to know if that's just regular tape on the ESCs.
Yes, sir. This is just your average blue tape. I tried to get the colors of everything that I tried to do, as you noticed. Purple, purple. Green, green. Red, maybe. Yep, red. Orange, yellow. Yeah, something like that. But anyway, let's see what we have. We can give it a shot now. Oh yeah, I'll plug it in and see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Night, Lois.
Night, Lois. Hopefully, I will be maidening her tomorrow. That's what I was waiting for. Because when you don't get that ding, ding, doo, doo, you're fucked. I love my transmitter. So, okay, so that's good. Let's give it one more run. All right, I'm watching all motors twitch. This one's twitching a little bit different, but this one turns a little bit tighter than the others. Motor screws are done checked. They're the same size. These do have the screws in the middle, so they could have probably torqued that one a little bit tighter. Anyway, we'll see. So that's on the right road, so we're good there. Next is let's do the receiver and let's talk to it. Now it's just there, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm trying to like talk English to it, doesn't understand. So we have to make that to where we can make it understand. Right, Mike? All right. So let's do that out there and we'll tin this little monster up. Where's my clothes
Mike
pin?
said just
Right
need
there.
to hold that prop, aka strike protection. Adam said, Chris is killing me today. Laugh so hard. It hurts.
Glad I make you guys laugh. This is actually, I love flying, don't get me wrong, but this is the part I really like. I don't
Mike said there, Jug, something to be to beat myself up about.
the
Or is he crazy? He said, looks good, no smoke.
yeah, no smoke. That's always good, right? And like I tell you guys, if you continuity test this thing, man, trust me. I've heard horror stories of people, of their pals of flight controllers and stuff, man, that they burnt up as they were learning. Oh, it kills me. I'm like, wow. Because I guess where, I don't know, don't have a lot of money, so I don't have money to just replace stuff. I'm literally double cautious on stuff. Some things you just tear up, you just can't help it, you know. But it bums you out. Like if that would have smoked, yeah, it would have been a little bummer, but you'll figure out why it did it, what caused it, maybe. I'd never ever, like I said, on these, I honestly, I would say on the one, I may have done it in, and it did plug in and configure and everything in the beginning. I could have been the one that literally did it because I did put power on the current, and they did say that that would burn it up, so I'll take the blame for that one. But the first one wouldn't even power up. Oh no, drone drop be no good. Too much money. Why'd you kick my chair?
I just moved my foot.
They're trying to let me know something. All right.
Nice roads there. Comment said very nice roads.
Indeed, fellas, and I love you guys for getting me on this road. I know it. Arco Drones, welcome, brother. Thank you for stopping by.
Jim said no bueno.
No bueno, my. And see, like here, like I got this sitting back here just against the wall because
He posted up as a closed bag for giants.
yes, exactly what that is. But so like I said, always like people ask me all the time, how long would it take you to build a drone? To be honest, if you put all this in front of me, I could throw this all together for you in about 20 minutes. But I don't like rushing through and doing that because you will get in a situation. Like I said, this, I'd like to do it all tonight and turn motors and all. We will plug it up, but I don't think it's going to be on because I got to download BL Heli, and that's how I want to do it this time instead of, because I've learned now, like okay, I'm gonna plug this in, okay, holding it like this, I can guarantee you $1 to a donut these two are going to spin, so they're all going to be spinning the same way. So all I have to do is take this wire off here and this wire off here and switch these motor heads. That's the old school way of doing it. And then the same over here, because you need two turning counter and two turning clockwise, and that's what causes your lift and all that good stuff. So you do the same over here. You'd switch this wire with this one and this one. They're two outside wires. Switch them around, and you'd be good to go. I could switch them two around, like right now, switch these two around, and guarantee you, when I plug it in, I could almost probably go fly it tonight because I already have this configured. The one in, as long as I'm on the right port, as far as my receiver and all, I'll be good. But it's only got 3 ports, so it's not hard to figure out. Your first one you never mess with, so that's your BCP. So you mess with that, you're in trouble. All right, so let's get this back over here, and we'll solder in our receiver. Look, I was gonna try to do that. That's not gonna work, right? Or just do it like this. And I'll leave that right there just to always keep checking as I do it, because I'm still new with these receivers. Now the flash guys, I can drop them right in for you, but it's still not a hard thing. Like, it's literally your signal wire. But these are amazing, yes, receivers. I do like them. I like the RSXR that Alvin. I'm sorry, Adam. I call him Alvin, or Adam, and you Alvin. That Plummet told me to get into, but I'm cheap, so I like the XM Plus because they're literally cheap. And actually, Night Train, me and Mike did some trading on a Bolivian frame. I think, yeah, Bolivian frame was what it was, for 2 XM Plus receivers. Which, Mike, you're awesome.
See if he has the specs on.
For doing that, because that's cool. And then Jeremy, I didn't want to do the race flight board in it. Sorry, we had a bunch of guys. Because the race flight board, you go into a wizard, you hook hook it all up. You don't do nothing. You just go in, have your cup of tea, and it tells you.
Alvin said he changed his name to Adam.
Yeah, there you go. Then I'll call you backwards anyway. Then I'll get the name right, actually. But anybody does that, I'm good with that. I don't have nothing against you. It's just that I'm learning at this point. So that's why with the BL Heli part, I'm not going to just switch motor wires. I'm literally going to learn the program. I do have the one on here, the one BL Heli. I go in and calibrate and all that. So I'm pretty good on all of it. But I'm gonna put the Star Wars theme on this. Louis Baduga RC. But I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna be easy with the props, and I might smoke a battery at first. Because now when you fly something, at first you get excited and forget to bring it in at the time. But Amber will remind me. Mike Brooks. While salt pepper. Hey, Mike, that wasn't nice of you coming there trolling us the other night with your Snickers bar there, buddy.
What the heck did I miss? I don't even want to know.
Oh, you missed a lot. Tell her,
I don't
Alvin.
even want to know.
I heard Alvin's favorite candy bar now is a Snickers. I'm just saying, I heard that through talk. Alvin's like, yeah, I got your Snickers. And if you're in here and I haven't saw you, I'm sorry. I'm literally got my back turned to the computer. Crystal is supposed to be letting me know about all that.
I want that pizza, Chris.
I know, right?
Alvin said, "Yep, it is." And Mike Brooks said, "What did I do?"
Guys, you don't know Mike Brooks trolled us the other night. He came in there with his underwear off and on, kept showing his stuff on camera.
Damn it, I missed that.
And he's black from the waist down. I do know that. And now I'm not racist at all. So don't take no one take that. Nothing as far as that. I promise you that.
Adam, honey, are you okay? I know Chris has been cracking you up all night.
They know what
he may have just fell out of the chair on that one.
They know what I mean by that.
Oh my God, Bradley said, "Me too." You sure you got started now?
Hey John, we need to get together, man. Get you going on the cheapest route. So what size do you actually need? So a 20 by 20 stack is what you're looking at, right? Because there's one out. Look up. It's called a Mamba. MAMBA. Lewis has been talking to me about that one, and they're supposed to be pretty decent. I think Mesh did one. Drone Mesh, that is. You guys don't know who I'm talking about. But
Mike said, "Hell, I couldn't get in the Hangouts no matter how much I tried."
Sorry. So now this is the receiver, and this is what makes it talk to the drone and to your transmitter. And these are some long ass wires. I don't know why I made them that long. But we're not gonna keep them that long. We're gonna dippy off some of them. And if you guys hear someone like freaking out, that's my son. He does play good, but he does get upset though.
He's getting a little loud now.
So, all right, who remembers? Where did the receiver go? Does anyone remember where I said put the receiver? Mike and Adam, you're out of this one. So where did I put the receiver at? Was it over here? I told you guys from the beginning. You guys remember? Was it over here? Over here? Come on, you guys know. Look at it real good. Give it a good look. I know where it goes. I got this, guys.
Alvin says right front.
Right front. Let me see if Alvin's right. He's close. Well, I guess if you're looking at it the way I'm looking at it, he would be right. So we'll let you have this one.
Mike said, "Laugh out loud. Let Adam play."
All right. So here we're going to do signal, positive, negative. And then also I'll touch on this too. I know you guys are like, is he soldered his bitch on or what? No, I'm kidding. If you're not going to use your VBAT in, I got this off, but you could go on the bottom side and remove. Where are these? Which one is it? Where's the power supply on this? Maybe it's not on this one. No, because this one has the current sensor. I forgot. So on this one, it would be under here, like right here is the power supply. So you just heat that power supply up with a heat gun or whatever and just rip that off. And then you would just pull 5 volts off of your board and then power it to 5 volts for that. That's simple. Multiple ways of doing things on different setups and stuff, and different ways to do flight controllers. If you burn something up on one, don't throw it out. You can always do something else with it. You could play a simulator or something like that with it. Don't believe me? Ask Joshua Barlow. He's the one that showed that, where you plug your drone and just play your simulator. Pretty cool. So, all right, let's go ahead and solder this in. Unless you guys want to do it. Anybody? No? Okay. Oh, right. Nope.
Alvin said, sweet, what do I win? A free name change? Blah, blah, blah.
Free name change. Go to your Google and click. All right, let's do the positive. Yeah, it's a bitch without tweezers. But we'll get it done anyway. But I like the building part. Like I said, I love flying. But the building part, yes. Because you take something, like you're taking all these components and making something work. I've always been down for doing that.
Great transition. Keeps all of just dead parts. She's still hold up some.
Right, Mike? Because you can always go back. And let me tell you what, you'll learn something about those dead parts.
Flight controllers, ESC, PDB, PTX, RX, got it all.
Yep. And that's because most people keep their like trophies that they keep. They remind
themselves. A quad with broken shit.
You should do it and do a quad giveaway. Or build that bitch, but it's just for the haters. All right.
Night Shannon, night Heath.
Night Shannon, night Heath. Thank you for staying up, Heath, and hanging out there, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Nice checking your live stream out. Shoot me on Messenger if you go live. I'll be sure to jump in there. That way, because notifications are ugly. I actually just had my phone in my hand and it popped up that you were on live, so I just like, okay, cool. All right, so now this is the receiver, which we'll talk to this, just not now. What else do we have to do, guys, before we can do that? I think that's it, because the FPV is the only thing we're missing at this point. Pretty much that and C-formal coding. I love these standoffs. See in that flight board, I can move that, so I just have to tighten that down. But I'm not going to do it too tight because I'm going to pull everything back and C-formal everything. But we'll give it a few turns there.
He said broken arrows, dangling motors, fractured arms.
I didn't. I have some stuff like I have a box over here with like my banged up motors. To be honest with you, I'm really proud of myself. I don't have much burned up stuff.
He said one step at a time. Fine.
Yep, I think that's what it's time to do. Bind time. Y'all gonna love that because it's annoying. The Tyrannus just chirp, chirp, chirp. But let's do it.
It doesn't talk anymore, does it?
She might tell you something different on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
I'm not sure. Amber might have a different saying to all this. Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Hell, yes, I did. What'd she say? All right. So let's go in here to
Jewish redneck prepper.
Jewish Redneck Prepper. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. We are building a drone here. This is my third step of it. I was installing the flight controller. So I put on this board here, the receiver, and soldered it all up. And we're about ready to bind the receiver and hook it to the good old laptop to see if we can't make it talk. See if we can't spin motors in the wrong direction. Because that's where it's headed. I know if this, hey Mike and Plummet, what's the chances of this thing having the motors turning in the right direction? I have a better chance of hitting that Mega Millions, wouldn't I?
Mike said you're gonna show them all how to set up switches too.
Yes, I will, Mike. I may have to move the laptop around to do that. I'm gonna have to move it around because I'm gonna get you guys right on the screen when I do that. Which is the most easiest thing to do, to be honest with you. I used to hate that, but right, so I'm gonna go to my.
Adam said, "Nah, I got faith in you."
I'm gonna go to my Letty. I'm gonna hit copy model.
Night train said, "Not bad."
Model 7. Yeah, we'll go with model 7 on this one. Alright. Select model.
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't.
Alright. I'm going to the page. But
That thing.
what do you mean that thing? You better watch it. Sorry. I'm about to show you guys everything. Alright, so here's how you do it. So what I do is I press this. I know I have a bunch of stuff in here I'd get rid of. Letty is my pretty much my base model. So I just have to go by and name all that stuff. And I really don't have to do that. I'm just going to clean it all out and just keep one model. I keep the model 01 because I don't know if I have to, but they had something on that when I got it. I don't know if that was just their test model or whatnot. But I started at the green machine, Letty, blah, blah. That's why you see all that. But anyway, we're on 7 at this point, and we're Letty. So you just would go like this. I'll show you how to copy a model. Let's say we want to copy the blade. We just click this. We'd scroll down to copy model. You would click it, and then it would let you choose what position you get it in. But I've done did that. So from this point to bind, we press this, press the page up. That's where we need to be. You can scroll down, but I just usually just scroll up, and it takes you right to the bind. So we want to go to the bind right here. Press enter. And then we want to do this, let me see, this isn't going to have telemetry or anything going, so we'll do 1 to 8 channels, telemetry out. And that's the BDD that you get. Okay. So now, sorry for that sound.
Say hi to
Mo, welcome. Thank you for jumping in. Why is my... All right, can you plug this in for me? I'll show you guys this is the easy situation here. If you have help. So while I press and hold this button, I get to click in it. I'll feel it clicking. Okay, here it is. You're gonna take this and plug it right in just like that. You're gonna plug in, okay? I'll take it right here. Alright. Shove it in. Alright, there you go. So there it's blinking. Blinking the red fast. Then you go into your, I'm sorry for that sound. You go into your transmitter and you give this a press. Alright. So now we can go out. And what I like to do now is unplug. I know you don't have to cycle your transmitter, but I do. And what I mean by that is just power it off and power it back on.
Welcome to OpenTX. Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't.
And then did it take? A lot of times it won't take the first time. It's blinking red. I don't think it's, well, we still have to set it up.
Oh, I like that one. Do it again. Oh, no, you didn't.
Although it should go green when we're bound to it. So I don't think it took. That LED, I said, oh, no, there it is. So it just took a minute. So you know what, now I understand. So the XM Plus just takes a little bit longer to bind up, huh? When I plug my drones in on the ground over there, I noticed when I go to flip my arm switch, I'm like, whoa, it took a few seconds. So, okay, I'm understanding that now. Got that. All right. So there you have it. It probably won't turn nothing. I set no switches up or nothing.
You turned me on.
Let's see, it turns nothing on. Why'd she say that then?
Because she's fake.
You better go on.
Say hi to Nietzsche and say hi to Ray.
Nietzsche and Ray, how are you, brother? Hope you're doing good, my brother. All right, guys. So let me get turned around here, and we will get this started. Onto saying my eyes are literally blurry as hell from the glasses at this point. Let's get in power off our transmitter for this point.
Don't side with them, sis.
Mo, you better take our side, dang it.
She said, "Oh, I like that."
See?
Ugh.
See? I'm just saying. Amber's awesome. Crystal Vader. So let's get all this stuff with these out of the way. You know, not losing the screws and stuff I have here. I always do that, so that's no problem. I'm missing a few myself. This is standoff and jump. Okay, we'll just put that stuff over there. Just enough to get our tablet turned around here. So you guys saw what it takes to solder it in. If you followed my video, most of you have. I saw y'all in here on the builds. So
John said, "I didn't know Amber was ticklish."
she is. She's awesome. When you're out in the field all by yourself, Amber will brighten your day up.
I don't know. I hear it.
Especially when you start that motor, she goes, "Oh, you turned me on." I'm thinking, "Oh my God, really? I think I done did something good here." All right. So now comes the fun part. It's easy, but most people think it's hard, but it's hard to let it get hard. All right, let's move you around here. One day I'll have a couple different cameras set up. This way, snap you over. Always have a mess of
Oh
things.
my God, Ray said, "Turn her back on." Love it, bro.
And it's gonna come back on. We're gonna have to do this to configure it. So, Amber, we'll be back.
Aye, aye, aye. John, if that transmitter even attempts to come anywhere near the bedroom, it will be destroyed. I promise you.
Amber, say,
Bye
"Oh,
bye, Amber."
this is the bedroom." I can make her say all kind of crazy things.
Uh-huh.
Trust me.
I can make her go bye-bye.
All right, so I think we can work this. Sure we can. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So if you're a true droner and stuff like that, into this stuff, if you do a channel and say you're in the drones, this is what you do. This is the nonsense stuff, you know, taking time, repositioning your camera and stuff. But that's what you do, right? So I think you guys are looking at what I'm looking at. Maybe you might be looking at a little cross-eyed. Let's get straight. And the camera's crazy to set up because you're backwards, so. All right. Sorry, I'm looking at a message here on the wall phone. Oh, wait a minute. I got you now. I think I know who this is. Hey, Mike. Do you remember Jerry Calvary? That guy with those B-flight, I think it's the B-flight arms that you talked to? he is wanting to get up with you now. He's got everything together for you.
Say hi to Raymond Millwood and Life in a Nutshell.
Raymond Millwood, how you doing, brother? Thank you for stopping by. Where we're at here, guys, for the new ones, and who was it? It was
Life in a Nutshell.
Life in a Nutshell. I guess that means things get crazy there for you. But what we did was tonight we put on the flight controller, soldered everything in, soldered in the receiver, soldered in LED. I usually don't do LEDs, but so now we're going to hook it to Beta Flight, and we're going to show you guys about setting switches. So the first thing you want to do is have Beta Flight installed on your laptop or PC, whichever you prefer, and pull it all up as I got here. Just simple click the app, it pops itself up. At this point you want to have a data cable. Make sure it's for data. Don't assume that it's a data cable, because a lot of them are just charging cables, and yeah, you'll bang your face against the table and you're doing it for no reason, because it's never going to work. It's just a charger cable. So anyway, what you want to do at that point is you want to take it and plug it into the drone right here through your VCP port, and everything's going to light up at that point, you see. And as you see, this flight controller does power the receiver. Most do not. You have to, well, I say most do not. Most do and some do not. You have to power up to get power to your receiver. This one doesn't, so we're good. Which is still no problem if you did. Okay, I'll find it. All right, hey Mike, I got him. Is Mike still here?
Mike says he has his email.
All right, hey brother, I told him what your name was on Facebook. That's what he's on hitting me on. Is that cool?
He said he had his email.
Yeah, all your stuff. Just trying to make them connections, man. He wants a couple pounds. No. Like I said, whoa, whoa. Nah, that's cool, man. You got that arms that he needs, and all dead. Damn, Mike. So you guys there, I'll share a picture of Mike share with me. All dead. Hey, is that one of the KISS boards that you got from POS? I see the one's a Helix, ain't it? Or no, that's the race flight, right? Racer Star, Racer Star, Racer Star. Damn, bro.
Night Arco.
Night Arco, really appreciate you hanging out. I would definitely get by your channel, I promise, brother. Tomorrow your videos are the first ones I'm watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, guys, let me share something with you guys. You want to see something pretty freaking cool? I'll share just a little bit with a couple of you. You guys want to see our future? Is it showing? Check us out. You got the gold chain on the ground also. And that's our future. Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
All right, so here we go. Before I get off track here. So now that we're plugged in to the drone,
JBS wants to know if those props you ordered for 99 cents will work on this quad boat.
yes, JD, I'm almost sure they're gonna run on it. I'm gonna run them. They're sitting over here. I have them, but yes, I am gonna run them. These have extremely High-powered motors, 2405s, 2850 kb. So these are going to be no slouch. They will lava pack your batteries really fast. So I have to be careful with this. So this is going to be a rig. Is it going to work? Isn't it? Sorry, let's probably tilt the screen up here more for you guys to see more. There, see? Okay. All right, so now you over here, if you see, you want to connect the beta flight. It'll go in and connect itself up. Okay. As you can see, my accelerometer and all is already turned off. I don't fool with none of that. This has a barometer. It was on, all that good stuff. I don't mess with none of that. Let's just jump. I want to jump right into the receiver. Okay. And see if it's working. Go ahead. Just spin the mic around. You don't have to do all that. Look, hang on. Before you knock everything over. There you go. Sheesh. You just spin it around and knock it over. Trust me. Alright. So now I'm going to power on the transmitter. You guys going to listen to Amber.
Welcome to OpenTX. Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't.
Alright, so it's binding up. Still got the red light over there. So I get this green light, I'll see if the model's not moving. Okay, it's moving. I can already tell you it's working because I saw things move. Everything's moving slow and laggy. I'm at the receiver unbound for some reason. That's weird. Okay, there we are. That's weird. The receiver keeps it'll give me the green light that it's all bound up, but then it'll go back to red. That's just odd. Let's see. What's going on here? Clear up my screen here. Let's see something. No, Bradley, this is the receiver screen. Let me see. It's working. It's green now. Yes, Mike was right on. I know that. Yes, JD, you're right on with that. I didn't never notice this did this before. But if you set right on top of it, it won't work. It's too close. Thank you, JD. See, that's good, guys. I know that about like my XKX 350 up here on the wall, but I've never had that with Tyrannus. But he's right, because if you get near your bird, remember what it'll say? Telemetry lost. Telemetry again. So yeah, you know why they do that? It's literally considered a failsafe because they don't want you too close to it with your radio and actually arm it and all that. Kind of weird, but all right. So if you look at my screen over here, I gotta have my radio away. So let's see what my throttle's doing. My throttle's at 1,000 on the bottom. That's what you want. You want 1,000. Your middle, you want 1,500, and then you want to be 2,000 on the top side. So mine will need endpoint set because we're about 1498, and well, you could pull that out with some trim too. See, 15, 15, and then my yaw. But then you have to watch your low end. But it's easier probably just to do
Trim
it.
center.
Yeah, see. So. But that's the center and all that. But I'll do the endpoints on it and all that. But the sticks are working where they should be. Everything's set up. Got a throttle, a roll, a pitch. So all that's working. So that'll work good for now. When you do endpoints and all, if you look at these numbers here, and if these numbers are fluctuating back and forth, you see how that 1498 bounce back. Basically, what that is that's going to be like the dead zone in your sticks if the numbers are twitching back and forth. So if it says, say it's like 15, and it keeps going like 15, 01, 02, whatever, then you go down here and you just add deadband in. So if it goes up to like say 15, say it goes to 1502, put 4 in the deadband down here, and that'll compensate, and that'll give you a little bit of room. Whatever I go wrong here, guys, step in and help me out. Like I said, I think I'm on point with that stuff. Yes, exactly, Mike. Thank you. And it should not go more than 4 points. Right, exactly. And that's what I'll do. I'll go in and do all that. I just won't bore you guys with all that now, because you got to go, and Mike knows that takes a little bit of time. So we'll go down here and we'll hit save, because that's what we want. So then we'll go back over here to our left side. We're going to go into modes. Modes is switches, not modes. The modes, you know. All right, so here is ARM. If you guys, can you guys see the player on there? Okay, you can see a little bit. Here's my ARM. You'll notice what happens when I click this. All right, I'm going to hit add range. You see this box right here? I want that to stay on auto. And then what happens is, when I flick the switch, if I try to do this so it ain't too close, when I flick the switch,
you turned me
as
on.
you can see, it moved this yellow dot over to this side, right? So that's how I want it armed. So I'll take this up here, and I'll drag this over to the right hand side. You can minimize this and all that if it's a 3-position switch and all that, and break it down, you know what I mean? But that'll work for me for that. See what else on. I pretty much, that's all I need is an arm switch. I don't use nothing else. Unless this guy has flip over after crash mode, and it does. So, and the reason why it does is because it has D-shot. You have to have D-shot ESCs. I have been told that. I'm not sure on that, but I'm do believes. So let's hit add range. We're going to do the same thing. We want this to say auto, right? And then we'll put that on, excuse me.
3 minutes.
Okay, let me turn that back off. Let me listen to what she says when I put it in turtle mode.
Your food.
It's lagging there for a minute. Let it catch up. That might be because I'm too close again.
Your food.
All right, so I want it on that switch, and I want it to be to the bottom. So therefore, I roll it over this way. And pretty much that's it. I don't do no smart audio yet. I do everything the hard way. Yeah, that's the only thing with the turtle mode. It's not. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get back down here. Which I don't have to have that turtle on. It's something I can do later.
Your food.
So you know what we'll do for this? We won't even worry about that now. We got that arm switch working. Let's double check that. Go in and see what our motors are doing.
You turned me on.
All right, she's moving. That one's moving, so we're good on that. So we're going to go ahead down to the bottom right-hand corner and tell it to save. And I always tell it twice, just to be sure. So then we'll go back to the left-hand side over here. It went into this for some reason. But anyway, we'll go to our motors tab. And there it is, the motors tab. Well, actually, let's see. Let's power it up. What?
JD said she can kiss me anytime, Chris.
Right, JD. Okay, now we're in a motors tab here, so that's where all the magic happens. When I build a drone, my number one goal is to, if the receiver talks to it and all, that's a plus. That's Mike will tell you, and Adam will tell you, and anybody in here that builds will tell you that this freaking LED is blinding me. But I'll turn it around. But anyway, I see spots now. That's like the hardest part. And if you look, we're running VBAT because there's 12.7 volts, and that's a 3S with 12 point. It's a full charge, so that's right on the money for current. Okay. So now, if our motors turn, we're in business. So now go down here. It's going to ask you. I understand risk. The propellers are removed because if not, this thing will come up and karate kick you in the face. So then, this is your motor. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So this will show you where you have something off. If you have something off, just hover your mouse over to the little slider and then push up on your direction by holding your lock button. And as you see, we got motors turning. And that motor is number 1. And it is turning the proper way. So let's down that. Let's go to motor number 2. If these turn the proper way, gonna be crazy. I've never built one that did that, and I guarantee this number 2 is gonna be turning the other way.
Say hi to 4-Wing View.
4-Wing View, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And we have motor number 2. And like I told you, motor number 2 is spinning backwards, which I knew that. All right, so let's go to motor number 3, and let's see what we got from that. I don't like the way that one sounds. Just gonna give her a little run. Got a sound to her. Well, she gonna have a sound to her because I'm a runner. Motor number 3 is turning wrong. You guys hear that when she locks up? But we don't worry about that. Now motor number 4. Motor number 4 is turning in the right direction. So, all right. So all 4 motors are turning. So therefore, it will arm and start motors. All right. So, like I was explaining to you before, let's hook this battery off of this. We don't need that powered up no more.
JD said that motor needs a kiss, bro.
Well, here, no, you know what it was? Look, the motor screws on the bottom were loose. I told y'all I had some loose screws. Y'all don't believe me? I tried to tell you. So let's give it a lock down. There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that. Much tighter. So anyway, do you guys remember which ones were turning backwards? Number 2 and number 3. So right now I could switch these wires around and be done with it. But I'm going to go into BL. I'm not going to do that tonight because I don't know that BL Heli setup, but I will unplug everything from here. So anyway, let me show you another thing on so anyway, when you first do a drone, okay, we're over here, so right, might as well share this information because you guys know I like to teach. And anytime I go wrong and you guys know different, please shout.
So it's start smooth spinning at 10:35. Then the low throttle start on RX tab should be set at 10:55.
Yeah, that yeah. I found on that I got a couple of my drones that are spinning high on start. They're really spinning, and on that start spin, when you down your throttle,
Activity alarm.
that'll give you. Yeah, she talks to you too.
No, God.
But anyway,
Shut up.
for you guys that have just joined in, let me show you a little.
Activity alarm.
Let's get her to shut up. Show you a little bit about my transmitter here. It talks to me. So this switch.
Yeah. User error. Please replace user and try again.
And this is our new bunny's name.
Acro.
So I like this when we get out there on the field. I'll chase people around.
Your food.
And then we have when I arm my motors. This is how I turn my props on.
You turned me on.
This.
Oh, I like that one. Do it again.
And then when I see people walking up on me when I'm flying.
Quietly step back from the pilot and live to see another day.
Oh, no, you didn't.
But anyway, that's awesome. I love it.
I like that.
Oh,
Do it again.
yeah,
No, you didn't.
I hit the mic with the switch, and she said, "Oh, I like that one." So anyway, when you first do a drone, okay, when you first initial setup when you come in here, you're gonna see this tab, and you're gonna see right here. This is the accelerometer. You're gonna see that on, and you're gonna see on this one. You would see a barometer lit up here because this one does have a barometer. So anyway, your first step is to go into your ports tab. All right, and know what UART you're working on. Very, 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 very important what I'm getting ready to tell you here. Do not ever, 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 ever. Y'all heard that song, right? Never, never, ever, ever. Turn this off right here. You don't. So when you go in here, it says USB, VC port, VCP. Leave this alone unless you really know what you're doing. All this right here is all out of MD's league. I don't touch none of this first row here. Now in the second row, you got your UART1, UART2, and UART3. That's where you wire your receiver into, okay? So where I wired in here, this was my UART3, okay? So I have UART3 for RX. If you wanted to have telemetry on, you would just click here, a sensor, and peripherals and all that good stuff. I don't get into none of this right now. This is all, I do know how to work the telemetry and stuff like that, but I don't mess with none of it right now. This is my main goal. Okay, so we want to click that on. If you don't have your proper port on, you will not get the drone to do this. So we'll go into configuration. And when you try to set up your receiver tab down here, it will not save nothing. It will just keep going to PWM. So make sure that you're on your right port, and if you're ever having trouble with this saving, it keeps popping back to PWM, always go in and make sure you're on your right port. On this, I run I'm running 4K. I don't see nothing different in them. I think this will run 8K, 4K, honestly. It should, with no problem. But I stay on the 4K. I don't see nothing in it, you know what I mean? No difference in it. So up here, you will go in, and it's always going to usually be on Quad X. Here's where you would go in and switch. Whether you want Quad X, Quad 1, 2, 3, 4. This, I don't know the difference between these two. Or the Quad Plus, but I know the tricopter's different, Hex, airplane, all that stuff's different. But I don't know, it's just different quads. I know one, Y4 should be on her somewhere. Okay, Y4's down here at the bottom. But there's a whole bunch of stuff on there, but you want to stay just on the Quad X. Don't go changing none of that stuff. And that's where people get in trouble. And then your ESCs, make sure when you order your ESCs, right here, Make sure you understand your protocol on what they're handling. If they can handle D-Shot 600, they'll say D-Shot. If they say D-Shot, they're more likely to handle 600. But if they don't specifically say D-Shot 1200, don't go with it. Make sure, like I said, you look at the protocol. Some of them are 1-shot 125. I run that on most of mine too. It's fine too. 1-shot is analog, D-Shot is digital. Then you get back up into what? Multi-shot and all that. I think they go back to analog and stuff like that. So, but this is on a D-Shot 600. I don't know why I did that. My motor idle throttle value is a 4.5, which is usually normal, so things should be good there. Let's try tool, start motors. Set it over here. So anyway, I'll get out of here to be safe because you don't want to play around in here too much. You could really jack some stuff up. But if you have OSD, which is on-screen display, you can, this is where you see all the stuff everybody's screen you guys see, and they got their name and all that good stuff on here, and you do it all over here. You can put on whatever you want on this. I don't think this has OSD. It might. I don't know that, because a lot of them will show it to you, but that doesn't mean you have them, I do believe. Same. Quad Farm, what's up, Rob? So always up here, disconnect. Always pay attention too, because you see to close your window, you could go up easily, hit that X right there. Sometimes it might not matter. Sometimes your flight controller will just brick on itself. So just disconnect. It's that simple. Always remember to do that before you disconnect. Sorry, hit the camera there. And let's unplug. Okay. So now let's see.
Are you using Power Director 15 or 16?
I use Pt3. So let's close this. Put you guys here. Let me see. Okay, let's touch down. Let y'all look at the Epic laptop and all these stickers here for a minute, though. See some nice ones on there. PV Noob 2. Project Blue Falcon in memory of, Got the Reaper on here. You guys got any stickers? Send them to me. I'll put them on my back window.
Inactivity alarm.
She keeps telling me that. All right, so let's see if we can turn our motors. Plugging in. And let's get the transmitter. See what happens. Make sure I switch the throttle down, switch down.
You turned me on.
Yeah. So what that was yep. That's telling me that, okay, the motors are spinning backwards and they're too high, I think. That's why it just did the yet and turn around. Or it might just be because it's setting the way it's setting. Let's try this.
You turned me on.
Okay, that's all it was. Okay, so motors are spinning. Damn, baby's got torque.
You turned me on.
And that's barely just touching the stick. So there's motors turning. So that's a good thing. So now I will go into BL Heli and switch it around, which I don't know why. I should just switch it right there, right? It's that simple. Bop, 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 and it'd be spinning the right way. Then I could put props on and be flying tomorrow.
Rob said his Power Director keeps crashing when he prints the produce tab.
Huh. Never had that problem with Power Director. I know, Mike, I'm not gonna switch it around. That's where I talk about I get my hurry, and that's what I do, and that's what I don't want to do. But so there it is. It's a matter of me going to BL Heli and spending what? Well, I do know the program a little bit. I can't say I don't, but it'll probably take me about, I'd say, downloading the program and all, about a half hour messing with it, and then that's just going in because I want to put different sounds on the ESC. So when you plug it in, now you just hear the dee, 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 The good sound. I call that the good sound. Because when you build, you want that sound. You definitely want to have that sound anyway. If not, she already tells you. Oh, man. God love Amber.
Jim said your radio needs Crystal's voice on there.
No, because then she'd be yelling at me. Should have flipped this way.
I can gladly tell you, you're fucked.
But yeah, so that's I guess the frog will hop, so to speak.
Hot.
And
I
look,
think that sucker's gonna leak.
oh, this thing's gonna be a beast. It's literally gonna be a shitstorm. That's 3S power, so I was just playing with it, you know. So let me go grab my 4S pack and plug into it.
Sorry, Jim.
I keep smacking this cord. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Jim said, "Oh, great, thanks, guys. I just spilled milk all over my bed." Or, no, spit milk.
Let me grab that Obonic pack.
Jim said it's time to go change the sheets.
Yo, like I just come in, drop pizza on the table.
On the space filler, I have to say something. What was it? Wait a minute. Mo says, "You turned me on." Ooh. Ooh.
She's got some crazy shit. I wanna I gotta find out which one it is. She says shit's about to get real.
Rob, Chris uses Power Director 15 and he's never had that problem. It's not 16.
And basically they're the same. Honestly, 16's got little more templates in it, I think. No, only problem I've ever had was hey Rob, do you go in and clear out your let's say your temporary files and all into it? Like if you go into your documents folder on your computer, go into the Cyberlink tab or folder, and then you click into that. It'll say PD15 or PD16, whichever one you have. You go into it, and it's like temporary files that they keep in there that could be full on. They do have a default where they will erase it every so many days, but maybe something like that messing with you. Pizza, go.
Now you got everybody in there wanting pizza.
Mr. Crowley here. You want to bite a pizza?
Somebody said they were going to have to send you real New York pizza now. Yum, I've had real New York pizza.
It's going to be
Oh, I better not do that if Kaz is around.
Brrr. Mars was funny. He said, "Come on, you can do it." You're crazy. But here's the pack I'm going to run on this guy. 1,550 milliamp hours, ADC discharge. So the first time I don't listen to the timer, it's going to be probably like this big. So how bright is that LED on a 4S? I probably don't even look at it. Yeah, it's like lava. Good night.
Oh, thank goodness.
That thing is bright. Look at that little light.
Mars said we're safe. She's at work.
But anyway, that's the frog. So I gotta mount some
Oh,
things.
John. Jim is from Chicago.
Yeah, about it.
He likes a deep dish.
But everything's gonna fit on there, I do think. That's what we're looking at. Y'all see it's got that Reaper FPV stamped on it.
Mars.
But that's the outcome of it.
To teach Kaz how to roll the tongue.
He says, oh, she knows how to roll the tongue. They got too many kinky outfits. When she said, I'm going to put him in a maid outfit, I'm like, wait a minute, you got the outfit already? She's like, yeah, it's hanging in the closet. I'm like, okay. But you see, I had to put the Fox here Monster V2 camera in it because it's blue, just matches it. So I think this is going to be my blue and black build because I do got some blue PLA combi. So what you guys think?
Mars said that bird is coming out nice, brother.
Think should be a nice flyer. Thank you guys. And look, what kind is it? It's a frog. I probably won't use that plate because I don't like them. I just got it on there for now, the looks. But yeah, I like it. I think what I really like about it is like the eye-catchy part, like this stuff here. When you spin the motor, so it's got that aluminum that's brushed off the edges. And then this part here, and it makes it real snazzy. Of course, when you got here and smash it in the ground a couple different times, that might not look so shiny. But an LED is going, and the receiver won't be hanging out the back like that. That'll literally be in there and mount it, and then the arms will come out. You guys know how I do my antennas off the arms here. But this LED will be off the back of that thing, and that thing is going to be super duper bright because I never do LEDs. And I'll C-form will coat everything, do the VTX. Now that it turns motors and all, that's one big step in the right direction, which I normally don't have too much bad luck. I'm not on some wood here. I take my time, I do really, and like I studied that flight controller over and 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 over.
Oh Lord, Mars said he's got me tagged in the maid outfit video. It's at the end.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, that's what I said. Oh Lord.
Uh-oh. So that's another drone on the wall. I do have a Martian 2. So I'll build something with this. Everybody says they fly beautiful, so print up some TPU for it. You know what's really cool with it is they have a thing that I print. You put standoffs on, lower the standoffs and all, and it comes out and it goes up like the chameleon frame.
Oh, Mars, honey. I guess I do you in a way, but I mean that was Kaz. Oh, he said you and Neil both owe him too, so it's not just me. Don't laugh.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you brother. Come on over. I got you.
We love you, Mars.
He knows we do. But I have a question though that you never ever answered. Did you wake up in the maid's outfit, or did you wake up and
willingly
put it on? I just see Cash dressing you like, no problem.
That's an image all by itself. He said, no, no, no. You all voted Neil twice.
Neil did vote twice.
Look, Night Train said he was willing, totally.
I noticed. Right, Mike? All she had to do is say me, and he probably jumped up and had the outfit already out and said, sure, I'll put it on and go swing off the pole. I said, you know, when he was out there swinging off that pole, she should have yelled, rape, or he's got a gun. And all the neighbors, all the neighbors want to come out. Oh, man. See? If I was there, you'd been more trouble, brother. But I would have to see, and here's how I would look at that.
You guys have heard Chris is a bad influence.
You can't say, well, brother, I thought you were with me. I am for you, brother. I just didn't, you know what I mean? You got in that nice outfit. There's no need for no one to be out there to see you. No, he is crazy. That's funny. And I heard they played it in the Tank RC's live stream, and he about pissed on himself.
Mars said, I must admit I did have a lot of fun. Somewhat willingly, laugh out loud. Drum hole joined in.
Drum hole. She's
Oh,
ready.
Lord.
She's ready,
Mars said,
Dan.
clothesline is looking good for next time.
Uh-oh. You gonna swing out the clothesline? Well, Dan, we got her together. Got some little things to do to her, but she does everything come on and turns motors. So this is the frog light build. I got the motors are turning. I got 2 and 3 turning backwards, but I don't want to change motor heads.
Alvin, honey, you don't have to admit or
switch
deny.
these
Just
two.
remember, live stream is recorded.
But I want to do it through BL Heli so I can learn BL Heli because I don't never do that. I always do it the old school way. So trying to get down on the right page. But she's ready to roll. Hey, Dan, you got your Tyrannus talking?
God.
God. What do you say, oh, God, for?
Tell him yes. Drum posted yes, he has his talking.
No, Dan didn't say yes. Dan would have shared that with me. Anybody know who Kurt Sterling is? Nice and easy, cool. Because I want to do the Star Wars theme and all this. Do, 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 do. I think it's bad. Lewis got me with that one. All right, so we're going to have to show Dan the Tyrannus that talks. Ready? Yours
No.
says this probably.
Welcome to OpenTX.
No? So this is what happens when I push the SD warning. Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
All right, so let's push that, push that, push that. Back to original things. So, Dan, when I roll up on you on my drone, I'm gonna pull you over. Here's my turtle mode. When I'm in turtle mode, I hit something or in a tree or something.
You're yeah.
And then when you're out flying in the field or somewhere, wherever you fly, right? If someone walks up on you, you see them like in your camera from your drone.
Quietly step back from the pilot and live to see another day.
Oh, I like that one. Do it again. Oh, no, you didn't.
And then when I arm it.
You turned me on.
I'm going to hide those batteries.
You can hide batteries. She has a lipo mod.
I'm going to hide those batteries.
I gotta show Plummet. Oh, he's in here. Plummet! Dun, 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 dun. No more. Where they at? Where they at? Where them little things at? They're a pain in the neck.
Reaper!
Reaper! Jeremy in the house. No more of these guys. Low battery. Nope. Put a lipo in it. Much easier. Perfect. What's up, Jeremy? That's who signed it, guys. Jeremy. I had you laid out here on the table, man. Had some stickers laid out so everybody could see.
Please unbreak it.
On break at work. Nice.
Find a little munchkin.
He might still be sleeping.
He's not been sleeping. He's been playing Monster in our bedroom.
Oh god. That could get ugly. Alright guys, we'll move the camera back here now. I won't spin y'all around, I'll spin the tripod. Y'all be getting dizzy on me. Somebody might be falling out in here. Bear with me. We're not FP